The following event is produced by WCSN, the home of world champions.
Well, this is the lineup for the women's lightweight double sculls, and as you can see, China rather strongly represented here with half the field. This, of course, the lightweight category in which individually none of the rowers can exceed 59 kilos.
It's, I think, one of the best events that sculling produces, because, as you say, they're all the same size, and it becomes a competition about who combines best with whom. They all do the same training, they've all got the same boats, they have the same basic physical attributes, and so it's about the combination. Is the sum of is the total more than the sum of its parts? And in this final, that's what we're going to find out.
Well, going off with Marie-Louise Dreger in the stroke seat, sitting behind her, Berit Caro. Berit, who is actually a couple of years older than Marie-Louise, comes from Hamburg, Marie-Louise Dreger from Rostock, so both of them really from the same part of Germany, northern part of Germany, and looking for them in lane 2 to dominate this race. But very interesting to see what the Chinese can deliver here, because it is quite evident now, Hugh, particularly at this World Cup regatta, that it's time to get serious with Beijing 2 years away.
It certainly is. They're here in numbers. That's the first thing to note. The Chinese team is huge. It's got a lot of representatives in a lot of events, and most have made through to the small final and indeed to the big final. So here we have 3 Chinese lightweight doubles. This is an Olympic event, and they are very, very strong here already. The Polish crew in lane 3, which is, I think, in second position, just behind the Germans there, is Magdalena Kimnitz and Ilona Mokranowska. Now, they have form in World Cup double sculling, which none of the other crews have, really. They were third in Lucerne last year, and also third in Munich in '05. So that is a double that, although it didn't perform at Gifu in the World Championships with great distinction, is definitely a benchmark crew to tell the pace of this overall race. Marie-Louise Dreger, she has got form, but her new partnership with Berit Caro is, as you said at the beginning, an introductory partnership, and they are exactly a length up on Zhu Zhongjiang and Wu Yuhua from China in lane 1, and Poland, I think, level pegging with the Chinese in lane 3.
Yeah, the German duo, I mean, Marie-Louise Dreger won this title in the World Championships in 2003, and incidentally, Berit Caro in 2004, she actually won the World University lightweight double scull. So they're both very, very high-quality athletes.
High-quality athletes, certainly, and it's obviously a combination that works. The combination is the key thing. If the 2 scullers are each of them separately world champions and doing different things, it'll go nowhere in a double scull, and that's why the double sculling is such an, you know, they're made in heaven. They're such an exciting event when you find 2 people who move perfectly together.
So it is at the moment Germany leading from China, and it's the Chinese #1 crew, Zhu Zhongjiang and Zhu Hua, who are on the far side, just to the right of Marie-Louise Dreger as you look at the picture now. And you can just see the bow of their lightweight double scull just creeping in there, probably about 3/4 of a length down at this particular moment. And in third place, the Poles, Chemnitz and Mokranowska, who, as you said, should continue to improve. Again, this is a crew of youth and experience. 21-year-old Magdalena, and in her 30s now, Ilona. But they seem to get on really well with each other.
Certainly do. Well, the age is no barrier in this sort of thing. It's how hard you feel your partner is pulling and how much they're contributing to it. And they clearly have a great deal of faith and trust in each other.
Coming to the half distance of the race, and really it's been pretty well the same, but now the Chinese putting the pressure on the far side as we come to the 1,000 meter point. And Germany lead at 1,000 meters from China in lane 1, working very hard, then Poland, and then on the near side, Denmark into 4th place in lane number 6. So I don't think we've seen the whole battle plan unfold here, because China, Hugh, have now pulled their way very strongly into the lead, and having got there now, look quite fluent.
I think they look quite fluent. What they're doing is they're quite emphatic on the finish, so they're making sure they send this boat. It's a gentle tailwind, and they're giving it a good push off the finish, and coming forward, but they're moving very nicely together. That's critical. But I'm not so impressed at the work they do past the pin. It's a slightly heavy finish, but they're doing it perfectly together. And the Germans and indeed the Poles are finding that very hard to resist. But as you pointed out in your closing remark, it's the Danes, Sina Christensen and Julian Rasmussen over in lane 6, or this side in lane 6, who might be coming up to spoil the party a bit for the previously leading 3.
So deep into the third quarter of this lightweight women's double scull. It was Germany through the first half, but now China, the number 1 of their 3 crews, Yu Zhongzhang and Yu Hua in lane 1 on the far side, who have started to dominate this race and have really gained in confidence, because neither Germany nor indeed Magdalena Chemnitz or Ilona Mokranowska of Poland, who've been pretty solidly in third place, have been able to respond to the Chinese. And you can see as they come to 500 meters to go, it's China with clear water over the Germans, with Poland now challenging for that second place, and Denmark on the near side moving up to try and get into the fight for at least second and third.
And with the 5th and 6th being 2 other Chinese crews. So remember, this is an Olympic event, and they've managed to get 6 athletes into a final of a World Cup. So that is a pretty amazing achievement, particularly as their leading crew of Zhu Zhongzhang and Wu Hua are actually perhaps not, oh no, they are more dominant, I beg your pardon, I was looking at the wrong part of the picture. There they are with a good deal of open water up on both Germany and Poland, with Poland challenging hard for second place over Germany.
Well, perhaps that's what happens to you when you have the motivation and discover that you've got a reservoir of 10,000 rowers and scullers to draw on.
If there's 10,000 rowers and scullers behind you, then you feel pretty good, and you make sure that the last 6 or 8 on a course like this are also behind you.
But it's really interesting because the Chinese play a lot of store in their regional competitions and their national competitions. In fact, in many sports, in many times, they regard the national Chinese games actually virtually more important than anything else other than the Olympic Games. And so they have terrific competition. But I know you're going to make a point, but I've got to make a point because there's a really good battle going on here for second, third and fourth, and it is Germany being caught now by Poland, and also it's the Chinese crew, China 3, Lu and Chen, who are in lane 4, who are also making a bid for a place on the podium, and it's going to be China who are going to get the victory, but who's going to be second and who's going to be third at the moment? Germany holding off Poland and China. Denmark also coming, but they're not going to get there. It's China who crossed the line in a moment. There they go, and they take the victory ahead of Germany, I would say unofficially, just ahead then of Poland and China 3. Very, very well fought finish there for second, third and fourth, but an impressive win by Zhu Zhongzhang and Yu Hua from lane 1, who really from the halfway point dominated this lightweight double sculls final.
I suspect, although they only came to the front at halfway, they were probably setting the pace, and the others were racing off them. And they have been the crew to watch right the way through this race. If only we'd been in it and down there at the start. And I think actually that this is it's set a new level for other people to aim at for this World Cup, because that was a very, very impressive victory by a length over a field that was tight for third, fourth and fifth, second, third and fourth places, with a lot of racing going on behind.
And just to emphasise their teammates, they flew home in the last quarter, 144.88 from Fan and Lu and Chen. But it is a victory for China ahead of Germany and Poland. And that's the first success of the day for the Chinese.
This event was produced by WCSN, the home of world champions.